Welcome back to Center Stage, where we let you know what's happening on the stages of our community. Disney on Ice's 4-day residency at the BMO is in full swing as they put on 7 shows. This Sunday, February 1st, the Rush Tribute Project brings the experience of the Canadian prog rock trio to the Coronado Theater. I got to sit down with Bill Heck of the band the other day. We talked about the spectacle of the upcoming show and more. Take a look.
So what instrument do you play in the band?
I am the guitarist.
Okay, how long have you guys been playing?
So we've been, for the Rush Tribute Project, we've been doing this for 12, might be 13 years now.
Okay.
But we've all been playing, like I've been playing guitar like 40, 41 years or so. So
Cool.
we've all been playing forever, pretty much.
Yeah, where have you guys played with the Rush Tribute? Where has that project taken you?
So we're based out of the Milwaukee area. But in the last couple of years, we've branched out. We've started doing little like mini tours in different areas. We've hit like Cincinnati's been a really big area for us. We've also been out east towards New Jersey, New York, done some of the New England area. Also last year we did Phoenix, San Diego, and Los Angeles. So little bits here. We even we're able to play the Hard Rock Cafe in Costa Rica. So that was really nice.
That's awesome. Okay, so this has taken you kind of.
It has. It's definitely branched out into I think bigger than we all thought it was going to, but we're just going along for the ride.
What's it like seeing that, like, this project that is a tribute, to see that specific endeavor kind of explode and be super successful compared to other projects you've had?
I mean, that's a great question. And it's one of those things where we're all absolute diehard fans of the band as well. And even on stage, it's like I look back when I look over at Sean and I look back at Tom and I just become a fanboy, and where I'm just kind of absorbing it the same way. What's different about it is we're not just us, but it just feels like, Rush is definitely a cult band, where you've got that following, and we're just like everybody else. We talk to everybody, after shows, and we don't ever separate ourselves, because really we're there for the love of what Rush is and what they were and what they continue to be.
I'm curious what you guys have visually for the show. Is there any big grandiose thing?
So yes, we in the last year and a half, we've upgraded our lighting, where we're using lasers. We're putting visuals to pretty much every song that we can. Everything between cameras. I think we've got 9 cameras on the stage, and we've got John, our video tech, is mixing video side stage live. So people get different views from in front of us, behind us, on the sides, everything. This will be the first leg of our 2026 shows, and every show that we do is slightly different. We are going to be highlighting the Moving Pictures album on all these, but all the surrounding music around that is going to be different for every show. So it should be a great time.
Awesome. How long is the show?
We play for 3 hours minus about a 20-minute break. So
wow.
So it's a full evening.
That's awesome. Okay, so it's the Rush experience.
Oh yeah, and the fans would expect nothing less. I mean, there's so much good material, and a lot of long songs. I mean, Rush definitely specializes in long songs, so we need to be able to rotate those in, and they're just doing a 90-minute show just doesn't give you enough time to get in the things that people really expect to hear and that we want to play.
Yeah, Rush was definitely no stranger to a 12-minute song.
Very true. Very true.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm excited. Well, Bill, I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining me and talking.
Oh, you bet. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Again, you can catch the Rush Tribute Project at 7:30 p.m. Sunday, February 1st at the Coronado Theater. Also at the Coronado, Mrs. Doubtfire, the musical, is at 7:30 p.m. Thursday, February 5th. On Friday, January 30th, the Hard Rock hosts comedian Lewis Black. Thursday, February 5th, Chicago Bears legend Jim McMahon will be at the Hard Rock talking about his time playing for the Monsters of the Midway and much more. There will also be memorabilia being auctioned off, with some of the proceeds going to support the Rockford Park District's flag football programs. Following everything on the main stage, fellow Bears Super Bowl winner Dan Hampton and his band Chicago 6 will jam on the Hard Rock Cafe stage. Other Hard Rock concerts include John Allegretto, Sushi Roll, Stephen McClanahan, and the Sensations at the Cafe. Feastet, Harold Dawson and Friends, and the Alicia Organ Trio will be at the Council Oak stage. The Music Box has some nights of country coming up, like Saturday night with Myron Elkins and Thursday night with Flamey Grant. If sitting down at a show isn't the move this weekend, you could go to 815 Ale Fest at the Tabala Event Center to try all sorts of brews from around the area. Obviously, this is a 21+ event. For my movie lovers, celebrate Groundhog Day, where the cinematic masterpiece was filmed, The Heart of Woodstock. Festivities run from Friday, January 30th to Monday, February 2nd. The Woodstock Opera House has some shows lined up for the big weekend, like an evening with Lou Berger on Friday, and The Gambler Returns, the ultimate Kenny Rogers tribute on Saturday. While we're on the topic of movies, January is known for being a bad month for new releases in theaters, sometimes being referred to as Dump Month. While none of the films released so far this year have broken any opening weekend grossing records, the reviews seem to be doing decently well. Sure, there are the stinkers like Mercy, Night Patrol, Return to Silent Hill, and Greenland 2, and I didn't know there was a Greenland 1. But a plethora have seen audiences walking out pleased, like 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, Primate, Is This Thing On, and many more. With this Friday being the last of the month and one more chance for studios to dump all of their stinky slop onto our AMCs, there is one that is already certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, Send Help, starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, directed by divisive filmmaker Sam Raimi. Currently sits at 92% on the fruit-based review site. Early viewers of the movie seem to enjoy the gruesome flick, with the average rating on Letterboxd being at 3.6 stars, and the most populous rating being 4 stars. Other films hitting the big screen this week in the Rockford area include Iron Lung from Mark Fishbach, or Markiplier, A Private Life, Shelter, Paris Hilton, Infinite Icon, a visual memoir, Back to the Past, and of course, Melania. If you're looking for a night in, streaming services see some new movies hit their menus. Buddy cop action comedy The Wrecking Crew is available on Prime Video. Catch Rose Byrne in her Oscar-nominated performance in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You on HBO Max. I asked our newsroom what they're watching right now and what they recommend, and so here are some newsroom recs. Nathaniel Langley recommends Mad Men, which is on HBO Max, or at the Rockford Public Library. Our producer Ivan Ramos says to watch Heated Rivalry, which is on HBO Max. Jake Pearson says to watch Royal Rumble on Saturday, which will be on Netflix. I don't know what to recommend, but I've been watching Ludwig speedrun Minecraft on Twitch. New Music Friday sees minimal releases from big names, but that doesn't mean your weekend can't be full of new tunes. Xavier So Based, a pioneer of internet microgenre jerk, releases his debut studio album titled Xavier. Fake Mink's new mixtape, The Boy Who Cried Terrified, is out, as well as Not Here, Not Gone by psychedelic metal rockers Blackwater Holy Light, Octane by singer and rapper Don Tolliver, and I Used to Go to This Bar from emo revival band Joyce Manor are out. If I missed an event you're looking forward to, or you just want to make sure it's on my radar, shoot me an email at forrest.nelson@wifr.com, and I'll make sure to take a look.